you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lindale Emily Pruitt, president of Jarvis Christian University, and just like to give you a few updates, and my updates will probably take 3 to 4 minutes, and I will give my time to some of my other colleagues. As we shared with you earlier, Jarvis is on the move. Our theme is lean in, move forward, and elevate, and that is exactly what we're working toward doing. I want to share with you all that we've partnered with an organization called Mobilize Green, and our students are able to learn more about the green economy, which you all know is a booming multi-billion-dollar company where they have an opportunity to interface with persons in their profession. This summer we had students participating in paid cohorts where they were stipended for participating, and we're excited about them having the opportunity to do internships in the green economy. We have about 12 certification programs. I'll only mention a few at this time. We have certifications in cybersecurity forensics, cybersecurity networks, cybersecurity cyber ops, entrepreneurship and small business, fiber optic technician, and the most recent one is remote aircraft pilot or drone technician. Jarvis Christian University has been approved by the Texas Department of Labor for approved apprenticeship for cybersecurity, and we're very excited for our students to have an opportunity to learn more about cybersecurity through paid apprenticeships. Recently, we're in conversation. If you all know where Jarvis is located on Highway 80 between Hawkins and Big Sandy. We are land rich. We are in conversation to bring a cyber computer data center to our campus, where we'll be able to hire not only our students, but other residents in this area who are interested in working in that area. So we're very excited about that as we are looking to develop and monetize the land that we have on campus. We have a 10-month MBA program completely online, as well as a 12-month Masters of Science in Criminal Justice program that we are very excited about. We continue to be a liberal arts institution where students can earn their bachelor's degree, but we're running parallel with workforce where our students will not only leave with their undergraduate and graduate degrees, but they will leave workforce ready. So we're excited about that. Let me end with sharing with you our economic impact in this region. Economic impact study was recently done, and it was determined by data that Jarvis Christian University has a total regional impact of about $39 million, $31 million in direct spending and $8 million in indirect and induced spending. We're excited about the direction we're going in. We're going to continue to serve, of course, Wood County and Smith County in this area, and we just want you to know that Jarvis Christian University is alive, is well, and will continue to serve students and others in this area. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelby, so very much. And good afternoon, beautiful people. Isn't this a great day of celebration when people come together? There are communities throughout the state of Texas and country. There are chambers throughout the state of Texas and the country that are dying. But that's never going to be the case. This is a live community. It's pro-education, pro-growth, pro-leadership, and that's what makes a difference. I'm going to break every rule of public speaking. I'm first going to talk about me a little bit, and then we'll talk about us. Just in case you do not know who I am, I'm Juan Mejia. I have the privilege of serving as the 7th president of Tyler Junior College. What an honor. An institution that will be celebrating 100 years this 2026. Can you imagine a centennial of bold and courageous leaders who 100 years ago said, we need to do something pro-education and ensure that we leave a positive mark in our communities, and the college was created. Now there are about 1,100 community colleges throughout the country, some that are fading and dying as well. There are 50 public community colleges in the state of Texas, and we're the world-class premier and award-winning Tyler Junior College. Home of Apache Nation, the Black and Gold. What an honor it is to work with Shelby. You have a rock star of a chamber leader. To the president, Joshua, my dear friend Joshua Johnson, and the work that's done by the board. The partnerships that we have are true and authentic. I'll talk a little bit about, again, the college. I was born in McAllen, Texas. I really did. When I visited Tyler, it was not on my bucket list anywhere. And when I visited the East Texas region, Tyler and Lindale, my friend Kevin Fowler said, you gotta come visit this place. All it took was one afternoon of visiting, and I told my wife, I'm gonna have to leave you. I'm going to that place. No, we did not divorce. It was just, I'm gonna leave while we do all the transition and all that, because that is gonna be our home. And this has been now since 2013. This is our home. Our kiddos went through Tyler Junior College, and we're gonna continue being those champions. This is almost my 38th year of doing higher education work. I've taught, I've done lab assistant, I've done whatever. I clean bathrooms, whatever it takes to advance the mission of the work that we do. So then about us in Tyler Junior College, as we brace for 100 years, what is the next iteration of the institution? 120 degree and certificate options. We have this year, we will be at 20,000 annual students. Just put it in perspective. 20,000 annual students will be participating at Tyler Junior College. Why is this important for you and for us? There's a direct correlation between preparing an educated community and regional prosperity. There's no arguing that while there are anomalies of those who did not go to school and still did very well, and we celebrate them, there's no argument that there's a direct correlation between educational attainment and doing better with the quality of life. People move, their social mobility, regional prosperity, health, and the partnerships just are what make us real. So we're grateful for each and every one of you. I'd like to celebrate one to my dear friend Tim Miller. Thank you for the work that you do to support Tyler Junior College and our efforts towards having the best faculty anywhere. And that we do faculty development, and that's a great partnership that we have with you and your organization, and we are very grateful for that. The partnership we have with the Lindale School District, who stands for RAD, those students have the highest GPAs of just anywhere. And that's not by accident. Those are concerted efforts of education being paramount to this community. And you telling it, when Superintendent Surratt goes out there and says he wants to do something, he wants to act on something, you come forward, and that's what makes this community so very great. The partnership with the city that we have in Mayor Rasco, to you, to your city manager Susan, to Susan Gill, to Carolyn, city manager, to Susan Gill from the EDC as well, and I see Carolyn over there. What an honor it is to have you as partners, Carolyn. And again, this is our emphasis and importance of, we don't want to lead from afar. This is our community. Your students are my students, and this is an important. So again, great job here from the superintendent, and we're looking forward to increasing those performance indicators so that you have an educated population that attracts world-class businesses that creates cash flow in this region as well. Why is this important for us? Because this is our community. I want to take a bit of a pause as well to celebrate our legislative champions. We have Senator Cornyn's office in this place. So Lindsay, glad you're here. To Reese, the work you do with our Senator Hughes. To Chelsea with our congressmen. The legislative actions, we have active legislative champions, and this makes a positive difference in this community. Never assume that this is happening all throughout the state or country. It is not. This is unique. It is a magic that is unique to you because of the leadership that you provide. Now, we have a commitment. In addition to my being here, as often as you invite me, I want to introduce our Executive Director for Community Engagement, Kevin Fowler, back here. Kevin represents the entire region. And we want him here. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. We want him here as often as you need someone to hear about business and industry considering a place. Kevin will be here. And then our new dean for TJC North, Adam Palacios. Adam, can you stand, please? Adam looks very young, but he has a vast amount of experience and knowledge. He's on his completion phase of his doctoral program, and we're very proud of that. Adam's office is not anywhere else. It's here in Lindale. And it is to grow, to listen, the Stephen Covey concept of seek first to understand, then to be understood. We want to hear what your needs are. We want to address, be nimble and ready, and do whatever it takes to advance the mission of this community. Again, the work that is being done by the city, again, Carolyn, the work that you did to open up that facility just recently. We're looking at filling that place, serving your students, serving our community. And then where we're going, and I'll wrap up, it is our facilities master plan. We're honored to have Carolyn and Shelby and Susan in those committee meetings, and it is about the next iteration of the college. We would be irresponsible if we did not plan for the next iteration of an institution that is celebrating 100 years. So we're doing detailed work, we're dotting the I's, crossing the T's on the master plan of continuing to have Tyler Junior College serve you and our beautiful community of Lindale and the surrounding areas. I'm Juan Mejia. If I can be of any service to you, please reach out directly to me. Shelby has my cell phone number. It's an honor to be here, and we're excited by the partnerships. I see my dear friend, Dr. Lee Pruitt, as well here. What an honor it is to have the partnership with Jarvis Christian University, with the University of Texas at Tyler. One of our values is authentic partnerships, and you all lead the way by doing that. Thank you very much.
And it is always difficult to follow Dr. Mejia, so I will not even try to do as well as he did. But I'm honored to be here. I'm Catherine Lake. Dr. Philly sadly is out of town. We convinced her to take a couple of days off before the fall semester started, and so she's traveling today. But she's really sorry she can't be here. And I'm sorry for you all that you don't have her, because that would be a lot better. But I grew up in Tyler, actually, and have newly moved back. I went to school in California and paid taxes there once. Quickly decided I needed to get home. And it's really nice to be in Lindale. I actually, not too far from here, I think shot my first deer about 30 years ago. And Lindale's changed a little bit since. The growth is unbelievable. And coming home, Dr. Philly convinced me to move back to Tyler about a year ago when she took on being the new president of UT Tyler. And so many things about East Texas haven't changed at all. And so many things really have. The growth is unbelievable. The growth in Lindale, the growth in Tyler, throughout East Texas, it's really incredible, the growth we've seen. And I will say that I came back to a different university as well. When I left Tyler, UT Tyler had just become a four-year university. Now it is exploded in growth, and we really take a lot of pride, have humility in, and are very passionate about UT Tyler not just being an educational institution, but a hub for growth for East Texas and for being able to make sure that everyone is able to meet their potential if they want to stay in East Texas. We have all of us together have the ability for any learner in East Texas to be able to meet their full potential. So go to the next slide, thank you. It's amazing, we're about to 11,000 students. We have 90 plus degree programs and about $36 million in research. That's across clinical as well as at our main campus. And we've been very lucky. A lot of the research cuts that have happened really have not impacted us in East Texas very much, because a lot of our research is in service to the community versus some of the other research that has been impacted lately. So we're able to continue doing that. And next slide. Thank you. We have continued to surpass enrollment records, and that also we are surpassing enrollment records with students from Lindale. Actually, year over year, we have more and more students from Lindale, and as Dr. Mejia said, they are absolutely exceptional. And that speaks to the strength of the ISD and the strength of the support you all give to the ISD. And we have actually extended a scholarship program this year that we're calling our Presidential Rose Scholars. And we've chosen 10 of our best and brightest students to really represent the university and do a lot of events, public-facing events. And one of the 10, and we interviewed across about 8,000 undergraduate students, we interviewed a lot of students. And one of them is one of your very own, Megan McGee, and she's just remarkable. And it's been really neat to see, especially as the Tyler native, the type of talent that we are producing in East Texas, and we are, through all of the educational institutions, growing and fostering, and that you can do all of that right here at home is just remarkable. So, the first thing that Dr. Philly asked me, I'm the Chief Strategy Officer, if I didn't say that earlier, is can we narrow down our strategy and be very specific about who we are as UT Tyler? As you all might know, we have merged a lot of different institutions over the last couple of years. Buying ETMC and turning that into UT Health East Texas, the North Campus, which my dad still calls the old chest hospital on 271, has also been merged with the main campus on the spur out by Hospice of East Texas. So you had a lot of different significant institutions merged together. And so to step back and say, okay, who are we, how do we explain that very succinctly, and how do we use that to really guide how we're aligning our budget, our priorities, really pouring into it. And that came down very simply to three things. The first, which the other two flow directly from, is student success. The only reason we exist is to make students in East Texas successful, to change the trajectory of their lives through education. And so everything we do, every decision we make, needs to be made through the lens of, how does this impact the student? A student who's willing to pay a tuition dollar, or a taxpayer willing to give us a tax dollar or a philanthropic dollar. Are we using that to its highest and best use to improve these students' lives? So, whoop. Y'all, I'm just really killing it today. So student success is first and foremost. Following from that is teaching excellence. So teaching excellence, obviously we are an institution of higher education. In the last couple of decades, I think a lot of higher ed has gotten a little bit lost. A lot of it is around chasing dollars. You've got sports dollars, chasing huge TV contracts, which, you know, some of our football institutions, we enjoy watching a lot of that. But, you know, you think about some of these higher ed institutions, their financials look a lot more like the Dallas Cowboys than they look like an educational institution. Other ones have chased research dollars. Other ones have chased enrollment and just grow enrollment, because that means more money for each student. So if you step back and say, what are we really doing here? The only reason we're here is to educate students. So teaching excellence and making sure that that is at the forefront of everything is incredibly important to us, and we're really putting a stake in the ground to say that is our number one thing. Most faculty, you think of a PhD, you have a PhD in chemistry, you don't have any training of how to teach chemistry. So how are we making sure day in, day out, what Dr. Mejia said about faculty development is so important. We're making sure our faculty are prepared to teach students and teach students as they evolve. As we're all painfully aware, you know, a student today is very different than a student 20 years ago. They've learned a lot on screens. Engaging them and teaching them is a little different than it used to look. So how are we evolving with those needs? We can go forward two more, thank you. And then the third one more, sorry y'all, is of course the other reason we're here, which is to serve East Texas. So obviously serving East Texas by helping our students and giving them opportunities, but also how are we using the assets of the university? Think about the Cowan Center, think about our athletic events. How are we using these assets to serve our community? Open up all of these things so that, you know, if TJC thinks that the Cowan Center would be a great place to hold something that is easy and frictionless for them to do. If Lindale wants to do anything on our campus, we make that very easy. So we were blessed with some assets and the backing of the University of Texas system. So to the extent that we can share those assets with East Texas, how are we doing that? We also, you know, think about our workforce, and with the health system plus the university, we're one of the largest employers in East Texas. How are we making sure all of our employees are happy and thriving and not bogged down by bureaucratic nightmares that, as we all know, can grow in an institution as it gets older and older. To that point, in serving East Texas workforce, generating the workforce that you all need for your businesses to thrive is the reason we exist, and that's what success looks like for many of our students, is coming to work for you all and improve their entire family's economic outlook. So we have, we'll go to the next one, the second or third largest, sometimes third or fourth, depending on the day, largest nursing school in the state. And we are about to open a brand new building in September. And the nursing school is young compared to TJC. We're just hitting the 50th year. but it continues to grow. We have about 4 new programs opening this coming year, 2 of which I'll talk about in just a second. But we're proud of it. We're proud of the amount of nurses that stay in East Texas and work for Christus and UT Health East Texas and serve us day in and day out. One of the programs that we worked really hard on, and it was hard to get this done from an accreditation standpoint because they're pretty unique and very fought over, is a CRNA program is what it really is. It's a nurse practitioner program in nurse anesthesia. And that is a huge need in our healthcare systems, and we're opening that program this fall. And so that is tremendous in terms of the salaries that those students can make is incredible, as well as the ability to really have homegrown workforce versus having what we've had to do is really pay both systems to have that kind of talent come in from outside of East Texas. So now we can really grow our own. The other one that I think is very fun with the nursing school and meets again a need of our community is flight nurses. So having rural healthcare systems means you're flying a lot of people in from remote areas, and helicopters are pretty confined. So often when a student is doing that training, they're not able to actually train in a helicopter until they get their first job. And a lot of them find out they really don't like doing CPR in a tight area that's like moving. And so we are opening very soon on the North Campus, the old chest hospital, a flight simulator. And it will be like, it's raining outside, the helicopter's moving. How do you feel about doing all of your nursing duties in that environment? And so we'll be one of the few in the country that have this simulator. So that's a really exciting thing. Our Center for Biomedical Research, I touched on this a little bit earlier, but that old chest hospital is actually one of the locations for the best in the United States care for some rare pulmonology diseases. For a couple very specific things, if you get it, you're at MD Anderson, you're at Southwestern, you're at Mayo, if they can't figure it out, they say, you know what, you gotta go to Tyler. And so I think it's a really amazing thing that we've got this gem of a healthcare piece that is truly #1 in the country. And actually President Philly is one of those doctors. She doesn't practice anymore, but used to have people from Moscow, Saudi Arabia, all over the country would come to see her because we are very, very good at this one particular thing, which is exciting. Okay, I know I'm between you guys and the door, so I'm gonna speed it up. Some of the other things we have coming on this year are Master of Speech Language Pathology program. What also comes with that is one of the best audiologists in the state of Texas. He used to run UT Dallas's Collier Center's audiology program. And I've found this over and over and over again with people who want to move home to East Texas. She grew up in Longview, graduated from Tyler, but she had hearing problems when she was young. And her single mom had to drive her to Dallas, take off work, take vacation to get her to Dallas, to get her hearing aid, molded and all of those things. And her passion, the reason she left one of the best jobs in the country in audiology in Dallas to move home is because she wanted to build what she didn't have when she was growing up. And we have been blessed over and over by that. And it also includes an Alzheimer's disease center that we're just opening up, and a new neurology residency that's going to train in there. And my mom actually passed away of dementia, and we have the opportunity now to be able to recruit and grow our own of neurologists that before the medical school we were not able to attract to East Texas. And so we're getting to create the kind of care that I had to go to Dallas for with Mom, and we get to do it right here. So a lot of exciting things going on. We have a new physician assistant program opening up in Longview at that campus, and that campus has been expanded to also grow a lot more nursing programs out there. And then, let's see what's next. We'll go to the next one, fun rendering. Pharmacy is exploding. Also, and I'm boring y'all to death, Okay, next one. Y'all don't need to hear this. Next. This is one I'll highlight just because I do think it really has led to a lot of growth in a lot of areas, but our new medical school, because we have an academic medical center here now, and we've just admitted our 3rd class and they started in July. Because we have that, we are able to recruit specialists to East Texas that previously wouldn't come. They want to be tied to an academic medical center, and we didn't have one here, and now we do. And so 2017 or 2018, we had 2 residency programs with about 20 residents. And as probably many of you know, where you do your residency, often you stay. Now we have 22 residency programs and almost 235 residents doing specialty residency work, and they are highly likely to stay in one of our 2 systems here in East Texas. So that really changes the healthcare landscape for us in East Texas in really powerful ways. We'll go ahead and speed through a couple of these things. The new medical school building will be opening this fall, which is really exciting, so I hope you all come visit. We'll keep going. The last thing I'll say is we have been working on in this past year campus master plan, and a lot of it is around identity and creating a sense of belonging at the university, shifting from that 2-year commuter university to a true 4-year university that's recognizing the fact that we have almost 2,000 incoming freshmen that want a real 4-year experience. So building for them a campus that's worthy of those kind of activities in a residential campus. So one of the things we really are looking forward to doing this fall is starting on a sky bridge over University. I don't know if many of you have driven down, but it looks like the bottom right picture right now, and you kind of don't notice that you're just past a university. And so now really something that says you are at the University of Texas at Tyler and welcomes people onto the campus in a different way. But we can end with that. I know I've probably gone over, but I will just say it's a true honor to be here to meet with you all, and it's a real honor to get to work and partner with the guys at this table who together, I think all of us offer different things. In collaboration, we can make sure that truly any learner in East Texas has the opportunity to live and thrive and learn here, no matter what level of educational attainment they aspire to, and they can do it really right here at home, which is just wonderful. So thank you guys for your time.
I'm jealous because I don't get to use that slideshow, clicker and all that, but first of all, I want to point out Mr. Mike Combs. He's back here with, wave at us, Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs is our board president, and he was on the school board when I interviewed, 18 and a half years ago, and he's a big part of the reason I got to come to Lindale, and what a blessing it's been for me and my family. Got a great school board, just so supportive, just love them to death, and they are truly champions for our school district. I want to thank Shelby for coming and speaking. It was Tuesday morning to our teachers and faculty to kick off the new year, and she did a great job. Gavin Rasko, our mayor, did a great job, and of course, Mr. Combs, the president of the school board, he did a great job firing up our teachers and staff for another great year. And it had 212 slides, not 214, but we had a lot to celebrate. Just a phenomenal year. And the reason we continue to have such great year is because of our wonderful community. And I often talk about, what we have here at Lindale is the perfect combination, the perfect model of how to build a great school district. We have a super supportive community with super supportive parents. Then we have the skilled, hungry teachers, and then super bright students. How in the world could we not be, very successful at what we do? So we are truly blessed in Lindale. Like Shelby mentioned, we had 5 different UIL state championships, and I'll tell you what those are. So first was the state championship in military band marching, and that was no surprise because that's our 5th one in a row. So very proud of our band program. We got the top band program in all of East Texas, and certainly one of them in the state. Then about November, we won a state championship in UIL robotics, and that's the first one but it will not be our last one. And we've only been doing the UI robotics for about 5 years. And Mr. Walton, if y'all know him, he's a great science teacher at the high school and leading that program, and they do a wonderful job. Then we won another state championship in speech and debate. It's our 9th one in school history, so we're very proud of that one. We won another state championship in film and fine art. And in film and fine, the film department is headed up by Nita Morrow. Ms. Morrow's won about 7 state championships here in Lindale in journalism and in film. And of course, our speech and debate, I forgot to mention Roy McKenzie, who is a Lindale graduate, was a state champion in debate here at Lindale High School. Now he's an instructor. He's won several state championships as an instructor, so very proud of that. And then our 5th one, shockingly, was a state championship in track. And everybody can't believe, my brother at Carthage cannot believe we won a state championship in track. But anyway, we did. We're very proud of that. That's our first one. And I don't know if we'll win another one for a long time. Proud of it. But no, those things are great. But I could go on. Like I said, I had 212 slides, and I could go on and on about the great success of all our program and all our campuses. But the main thing we do is instruction. You know, and we have the tradition as being the best academic, public school system in all of East Texas, and certainly one in East Texas. And we have the scores to prove it. We recently got in our data, our scores for all our students in every campus across the district, and we are confident to say that every campus is going to be an A, and the district's going to be an A-rated district. And that's not an easy task anymore. The state, you know how politics in the states do things. We went several years, it's just all A, but they raised the standard. And so it's very difficult to be an A, and when that data comes out, or that public press comes out about the schools, there'll be very few A's. Not that they're not great school systems, it's just hard to achieve that now. But I'm proud to say we did achieve it. We achieved it on every single campus and for a district. So that's something special, and we need to be proud of it as a community. We also, and we make it the #1 goal, each year we put it up on the big board, one of the slides, that we're going to win district at every level in UI academics. And we did that. And I don't know how many years in a row we've done it. I just know we've done it 18 years in a row, because I've been here 18 years. We won 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and of course high school. The superintendent Van was teasing me yesterday because I was giving him a hard time about it at a meeting, and he said, "Well, y'all are just so much bigger than us." And I said, "Yeah, but we got smarter kids. That's the real reason. It ain't that we're bigger, we just got a lot smarter kids than the Van Vandals." I don't know who would ever want to be a Van Vandal anyway. So every year, I get the opportunity to speak a lot, and every year I say we have a record number of enrollment, and we're going to say that again this year. So we went over 4,600 last year, and we may go over 4,700 this year. But we will have record enrollment this year, and the school board's done a great job planning for the future, and we do have the next bond election plan. Now, we may not call it this year. We're going to call it when we reach a certain threshold with enrollment on our campuses. And when it reaches that threshold, we'll start doing community meetings and plan for that next campus. It will be an elementary campus that the school board's plan. We'll reconfigure all our other elementaries so there'll be less students at each of the current elementaries, plus the new elementary. And it's a fifth and 6th grade campus. We'll probably do an expansion at the junior high, which is our newest campus. And then we're going to do some improvements at the bus barn. So we've got that plan. We're just waiting on the correct timing of it. You know, when you call a bond election, it's still 2 years out to build that campus, an entire campus. So you can imagine the process would be similar to what we did at the junior high. In that, so much better how we can handle traffic and car flow, what we did there. So the school board purchased the land, paid cash for it several years ago. And it's the land behind Chicken Express on Brickyard Road. We also have access over towards the City Hall. It's a great location of 109 acres, and the school board paid cash for that several years ago. So we're blessed in so many ways. We're set up for success for the future. And it's going to be a great year to be a Lindale Eagle. And I think that's all I got today.